You see the face and how it's just not calm? Because of stress. Mostly my face would do this and like break down and just be all pimply and stuff is when I'm like really stressed or I feel like I don't have my shit together. It's crazy how your body responds so quickly to stressors and to the environment. I know this happens to so many girls, but الفرق is إنه I don't put a bunch of foundation to cover it up because I feel like, and I know that's gonna make it worse, so you're just like blocking your pores. I just let it be, you know? I'm just like, okay, so you're not feeling good, just take your time, get better, I'm just gonna wait for you. To be honest, at some point, bref, and if I get used to putting on makeup too much, then if I ever don't put on makeup, let's say I want to go out and I just don't put on makeup, that I would feel really insecure about myself, you know? Because I have a lot of friends like that. Like I have friends who would just be like, شكلي لايكي ما لحقت ظبط وجهي or whatnot, and I'm like, what are you talking about? You're freaking gorgeous. You're so gorgeous. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to get hung up on makeup too much that I would start to feel insecure without it. So that's also one of the reasons why I don't like using it too much. I'm probably like one of those 1% girls in the world who don't know how to use makeup. It's very ironic because my mom is a makeup artist and so is my aunt, and they're both really, really good. In general, I don't really like putting things on my face. It just bothers me. I do like putting on makeup لما يكون I have something special, like I have an occasion or a dinner or a date. That way I would feel different. I've watched one makeup tutorial my whole life, so I don't know if I'd ever start doing that regularly. I really don't know. I never judge anyone who puts on makeup, like even at the gym. Like, you want to do you. If that makes you feel good about yourself, go ahead. But for me, it's not my thing. So I think, what do I think?
Hold up, wait a minute.
Just the way your body takes its time to change and to transform and to get better. Like when you're sick or when you're, I don't know, working on something, your skin needs that time too. Guys, how pretty is my mother? I always tell her, I'm like, Mother, how are you so gorgeous? And she just goes like, oh darling, I don't even know, it's God, you know, it's God's gift. Yeah. I'm gonna show you now an upper body workout. It's push day, so I'm gonna do shoulders and triceps. Did my invitations disappear? What happened? I started out by doing seated shoulder press. You can use your knees if the weight is heavy to just pull the weight up. As you can see, I am not rushing through the exercise, and I'm keeping my elbows not completely flared out, as I find it more comforting for my shoulders to not completely open up your arms. I'm doing them slowly, as I mentioned. And for the Arnold press, I know some people might not be a fan of this exercise and might consider it a bit unhealthy for your joints, but I think it's great if you execute it properly. It really makes you get a good feel and a good burn in your shoulders. A lot of people complain about neck pain or neck tightness during shoulder press or any kind of overhead pressing movements. I'm not a physical therapist, however, I would recommend you go see one and see if you have any tight muscles, any overactive muscles, underactive muscles, and try your best to just keep your traps, keep everything down, and do not let any other muscles compensate for the movement. Here I'm showing you what an anterior pelvic tilt looks like and what a posterior pelvic tilt looks like. You want to maintain a posterior pelvic tilt and engage your core, and try your best not to use your momentum or to swing, because you really just want to engage or target your shoulders and not hurt your back. I did this exercise supersetted with upright rows. I'm not a big fan of this exercise, considering I feel a bit of discomfort around my scapular area, but this doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. It's a great exercise to target your traps, your shoulders. For upright rows, I've seen people do a close grip, I've seen people do a wide grip, so I would just say try it out and find the grip that is most comfortable for your shoulders, that is most comfortable for your wrists as well. And of course, maintain that posterior pelvic tilt. I have a love-hate relationship with lateral raises. You want to try your best to keep your core tight and also not to swing, as I mentioned earlier. These are really good. They hit your medial delt. So if you know your shoulders are made up of 3 delts, your anterior, which is in the front, your medial in the middle, and your posterior in the back. So I did these ascending for 10 reps and 4 sets. It gets harder, and as you can see, by the time I reach fatigue, I begin to cheat and I begin to use my momentum. But there's a difference between doing that after you reach failure and doing that the whole time. And even when you decide to swing, you still have to be aware of how you use your momentum. A lot of people are very prone to injury, to shoulder injuries, so doing proper mobility before your workout is very, very important. They are not shown here in the video, but I never start even a lower body workout without doing some mobility exercises for my shoulders, for my thoracic spine. Then I moved on to doing some tricep exercises. My triceps are pretty weak because I usually never really train them. So I'm doing a typical rope push down, and I'm doing these quite slowly. I'm doing a 4-second negative and a 4-second positive. So I'm really focusing on that mind to muscle connection. And here I am twerking. Also, love-hate relationship with these. I used to feel a bit of shoulder discomfort. It was just annoying. But if you warm up really well and then you make sure you're doing some mobility exercises and you really focus, and slowly you will progress. So practice the exercise, but do not avoid it, okay? Unless, of course, a medical professional has said that to you. Right now I'm back home and I'm gonna have my post-workout meal. ملوخية. If you're not Lebanese and you don't know what ملوخية is, it's basically rice, chicken, and ملوخية. So they're basically leaves. So ملوخية basically looks like spinach with rice. There's chicken in there and there's also onion. This is what I use to weigh my food. It's Tupperware. It's really cool, but it's not very accurate. So what you do is you just rotate this one. So look who decided to join me. She took a shower today. I am gonna have a big meal now because I didn't eat enough during the day. And no, eating at night is not gonna make you fat. If you eat 1,200 calories at night and if you eat 1,200 calories during the day, it's still 1,200 calories, okay? You guys, I have an exam tomorrow at 8 a.m. بعدني مش دارت شيء. So I'm just gonna have my meal and go watch Friends.